and welcome into To Your Health. But today we're going to be talking again about gambling, and you might say, gambling, what's that got to do with health? Well, I'll tell you what, if you're having problems with gambling, your health is not going to be in good shape. We have with us today Roger Olsen.
Yes.
And Roger, you are the Resource Development Director for the Alabama Council on Compulsive Gambling.
That is correct.
Been in operations here for about 5 years
Correct.
now in the state. And, you know, Roger, we were talking about, top of the mind when a lot of people think of gambling, they may think casinos, but yet sports gambling was long a big problem in Alabama before
Absolutely.
the first casino ever opened their doors.
Yep. There is more sports betting, Jack, here in Alabama per capita than any other state in the United States. It's a big business.
Yes.
There's a lot of bookies out there that are taking bets right now as we're having this program.
It's very interesting because I'm one of these old-fashioned people. I get the newspaper, and if you get the newspaper, each week in the sports section, they're going to have the teams that are playing, the time and everything else. Then there's the thing in there called the line.
The line, yes.
The line, and it may be Alabama by 6.5 or Alabama by 7, and probably a lot of people read and go, oh, the line, what is that? Well, the line, that's what the bookmakers are using to determine whether or not somebody's going to win or lose in the betting procedure.
That's correct.
So obviously the line has been there long before the casinos have been here. So
absolutely,
it's been something that's a big thing. When we talk about the bookies, obviously in Las Vegas, you have legal bookies.
Right.
Probably a person in the state of Alabama that's just going through Joe Blow down the street, that's an illegal one.
Right.
Big problem in colleges, isn't it?
Very big. It's another problem with gambling is it's a hidden disease. So there are young men and some young women, at our college classes and college locations, campuses, and instead of being up studying for their final the next day, they're up reading all those statistics that you just mentioned.
Right.
Problem gamblers that gamble on sports, they're really very intelligent people, but there is no sure bet. And so when they're up at all hours of the night, studying these stats, putting their bets together, and using some of their financial aid money, to place these bets.
Yeah.
And so it's a huge problem within the college campuses.
That's right. And the other thing too, in a lot of the fraternity houses, an illegal bookie will get one of the brothers or sisters that are in these fraternity houses to be their go-between.
Yes.
In other words, you go in there, you take all the bets, you get them to the bookie, everything's kind of under the table, so there's no phone calls for tracing anything.
Right.
And the next thing bingo, the bets are out there. The biggest problem, and I think parents and especially grandparents, because we got a lot of grandparents, if you start to hear from your children that your grandchildren are having trouble at school and there seems to be some kind of a financial thing, don't be shy. Start to ask and find out, because we've got to nip these things in the bud. There is help out there. That's right. But it has to be done in the right way. And especially, you may have family members of your own that okay, this is the weekend. I used to have a friend of mine said, the only reason I watch football is because I bet on it.
That's it. Yeah.
Otherwise I could care less what's going on there. But there's kind of that rush from the betting.
That is it. Yeah. And it starts for many of these kids, Jack. It starts at a young age.
Yes.
I've known situations where on the school bus there's a student that's designated as the bookie.
Right.
He or she collects the bets from the other students. The younger a person starts betting, the more they put themselves at high risk to develop a gambling problem. That's where we want to step in and help.
That's right. Great. Well, it's the Alabama Council on Compulsive Gambling.
Yes.
The helpline is 211.
That's correct. That's where you call.
Across the state of Alabama. So wherever you don't have to worry about it's a toll-free number. You just dial 211, that's going to connect you with a person. When they answer, it's going to be a social services line. Do let the person that answers know that you're calling because of a gambling problem so they can get you in the right direction.
That's correct. Good. Totally confidential. You don't even have to give your name if you don't want to.
Well, thanks so much for all you do.
It's my pleasure.
And we hope that we can reach some people and just be able to give them a good quality of life.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
And remember, the number is 211 if anyone needs the help, and we'll be right back right after this.